stars, what is good? Thank you so much for once again stopping back by. I really do hope that you're going to enjoy today's video so that you can keep coming back for more. Why am I laughing? In today's video, as you can already tell by the title, we are doing a boss babe talk. Funny enough, I'm starting this video and I don't even know what I'm going to name it. I don't even know what exactly I want to talk about, but I just know that I'm going to be chit-chatting. It's Saturday today, and honestly, I just want to vent. I just want to talk, check in with how you guys are doing, and about a few things that are in my mind, a couple of things that are in my heart, and just things that I feel like I've been experiencing. Some not personally, but I've been witnessing, from people. So this is really just like a girl talk. By the way, if you are updated with my vlogs, you would have known that I got my brows did. So this is how far the healing process has come. As you can see, they're starting to come together. They have peeled. I think this is day 10 of, no, it's day 7. Today's day 7 because I got them done last week Saturday. So this is what day 7 looks like, and they are really starting to fall into place. But I must be honest, I started gym. Not that I went back to gym. So basically, you're not supposed to wash your brows for like 10 days. So I went back to gym, child, and I was sweating, and there was just no way I wasn't gonna wash my face. So I started washing my face on day 5. Luckily for me, my skin takes pigment very quickly. So by the time it was day 5, I could tell that my skin had already absorbed the ink. So I took a chance, I took a risk, and I've started washing my face, but obviously it's not advisable to do that. But then another thing about me, which made me take the risk, is because I've done my brows before. Like, I've had my brows done for the past 2 years. So I was doing a retouch. So obviously there was already some ink underneath, and then a retouch was just to put more ink. So if you are going to be getting them for the first time, I'd really advise that you do stick to the rules. Don't wash your face at least for 10 days so that your skin can absorb the ink. So yeah, I just thought I should update you guys on that. But yeah, this is the healing process. Absolutely love them. Obviously they're permanent. I'm just proving it to you guys, okay? This video is gonna be all over the place, but since I've already touched on gym, hello, 2022. One thing about us, one thing about my girls, we are at the gym. It's so amazing to see. Like, on my Instagram, I swear every single afternoon or every single morning when I log in, obviously the first thing I do when I wake up is that I check my phone. Literally, I will open my eyes and check my phone before I even pray in the morning. I'll check my phone. And then, like, I'll be browsing on Instagram and I see with eyeball, there's a new face at the gym every single time. Or at least the first time I'm seeing certain people at the gym. Like, today I'm gonna see someone's profile, they were at the gym. Tomorrow it's someone else. It's like, it's an entire movement, and it's so lovely to see how we are, taking the initiative to just look exactly how we want to look, to tell the universe and to tell our bodies how exactly to look. Because oftentimes you know what you want to do, but you just don't do it. Like, I was watching, I forgot who I was watching, but they were talking about how we are so scared. I'll tell you her name now. Smoothie. She was talking about how sometimes we think we want success, but you don't realize that you are scared of success. And then she made an example with your body. Like, you want your body to look a certain way, or you want to lose weight, or you want to gain weight, and you know exactly what to do to get that. You must eat clean, you must go to the gym, but you simply don't do it because we are ngena or whatever the case is. So you know exactly what you need to do to get the desired outcome, which is the success, but you don't do it. You make up every other excuse. You don't have time for gym, it's painful, like, you just don't do it. But also, it's the same person, which is you, who's being upset about the fact that, oh, I look like this, other people are looking like this, whatnot. So I've loved to witness the fact that everyone is taking charge of their appearance. Everyone, or maybe not so much of an appearance per se, because going to the gym is not really just for appearance. Keeping fit and being healthy, like, I think Futi, the biggest reward is being healthy, more than just the physicality, because I don't think we necessarily go to the gym because we have a problem with how we look per se, but more than anything, keeping fit is really essential. And just seeing a lot of people take charge of that, and a lot of young people put an effort to that, is absolutely amazing to see. I hope we do not let go of this wagon that we are already on, because wow, and it is so impressive. It's so motivating, like even me, because I've been off gym ever since last year when I was writing my exams, my final exams. I was like, you know what, in stress, there's no way I'll be able to go to the gym. So I stopped gym, I think from like last year October. Yes, definitely. And then I haven't been back up until like a week ago. So even for me, I was demotivated. It wasn't easy, and obviously my body wasn't used to working out anymore. But after day one, I think if you've been to the gym, you know after day one is the hardest, because you're just like, do I have to do this? Is it really worth it? My muscles are so painful. But every time you log onto the Grab and you see them girls working out, and you're like, definitely, I am not about to let these girls down. We are doing this. We are heading to the gym. Another thing that's been in my heart as of late is, you know, sometimes we have all the answers to our problems, but we just don't know how to get to the answers, because you refuse to be still and to listen to whatever it is that you believe in. So you refuse to be still and listen to God. If you believe in God, you refuse to be still and listen to energies and spirits, or whatever it is that you believe in. And you often find we try so hard to find the answers to certain things. You try so hard to find why am I not okay? Why am I feeling the way that I'm feeling? And sometimes it just really requires you to be still and to listen. And often when you are quiet, you get the answers. You listen so much better when you are quiet than when you are busy. I've discovered it's so important to learn to be still in times of confusion, in times of doubt, in times of unsurety, because you know the one thing about doubt and unsurety is that it moves from point A to point B. You get to a place where you need to understand, why did I go from being excited about something, extremely happy about something, extremely feeling like it's the complete right thing for me, to not being sure about it, to now having a million questions, to now being like, do I really want this? And that process is normal. That process of unsurety is normal, but also you need to understand, why am I now feeling like this? What got me to feeling extremely happy to extremely dull? It could be a lot of reasons. It could be, the process is stressful. It could be the process requires financial support and you don't have the finances. It could be so many reasons, but often we try and just because you are refusing to be still and understand the actual problem. Which, you know what, it's not that I'm not excited anymore, it's just that I'm in a tight financial space and I feel like I had planned this is how I'm gonna do this particular thing. And so when the finances are not coming together, you're like, and then you mistaken that for non-excitement. Whereas if you are still and you are listening to yourself, you are listening to the word of God, what is happening? Why am I feeling the way that I'm feeling? You will realize a lot of things. With the coming of age, I don't even know why I'm calling it a coming of age, but with growth comes with a lot of change. And I've realized, it is okay to change your mind at any point, at any time, at literally any stage. Okay? However, sometimes we give up and we mistaken that giving up for change. Sometimes you think, no, I'm just changing my mind and it's okay. But actually, it's giving up. And it's really important to know the difference between giving up and accepting change. As you grow, your mind will change. You'll see things differently. You'll see people differently. Experiences are going to teach you to receive things differently and to perceive things differently. There's no growth without experiences, bad and good experiences. I think the bad experiences in life and the good experiences actually are what builds character. So obviously with character changing and you evolving, you are bound to change. You are bound to change your mind. You are bound to change your decisions, and that is absolutely okay. If it is influenced by the right things, it is absolutely okay. But also, I'll make an example. For instance, maybe when you said, Wuti, maybe this year you're gonna work towards getting into, no, actually I'll make an example about myself. I decided it was, you know what, this year is the year I'll be doing radio, baby. I am getting back to doing radio, by fire, by force. I told the universe, I told God, this is what we are doing this year, and that is what's on, period. Cool. God listens. God answered. Found myself doing radio this year, but not what I had wanted to do in radio. And with this process, it became very easy to be diluted into saying, yeah, I wanted to do radio. In fact, to not even realize that I'm in radio, I'm in the right environment. It just didn't come the way I thought it would come. So I got to a place where I wasn't doing exactly what I wanted to do, or I'm at a place where I'm not doing exactly what I wanted to do. When I started doing what I'm doing now, I really didn't enjoy it. To a point where I couldn't even realize, Wuti, this is the environment I prayed for. This is the resource that I prayed for. This is the radio that I prayed for. It just didn't come in the form of presenting. It just didn't come as a form of how exactly what I wanted, but it could be a getaway. It could be a stepping stone. If you are at the right place with the right people, anything can be an outcome. It doesn't matter how you got there, but you can get to anyway in the hierarchy, as long as you know, as long as you have your foot in. So it was so easy for me to get to a place of changing my mind. Would say, no, this is not what I wanted, or even giving up on the entire thing and not realizing, would say, this is it. God answered exactly how I wanted him to, but obviously he's going to answer in a way that he thinks is best for me, not in a way that I think is best for me. Sure, my ideal response would have been, boom, bam, you radio, you're doing radio presenting. Didn't come like that, but boy, I'm in the biggest radio station right now. Did I ever think it would happen? Yes, but just not now. I didn't think I'd be working at the biggest radio station now. So in essence, what I'm trying to say is, don't be so caught up in exactly what you want, in exactly how you think things should go, and not realize even when you're at the right place, just not how you thought it would be. I don't know. Never ever be so confident in your way and your way only that you refuse to see God's way for what it is, because believe me not, God's way is the way that will always lead you to the right place. Being envious is such a thing right now, people. It is such a thing. I don't think I ever believed the influence of social media up until I admitted it. You know, I've always been the girl who believes, Wuti, social media shouldn't be that deep. Like, it doesn't influence your choice. It doesn't influence anything. It doesn't influence any decision. I've always thought I'm so strong-minded and so strong-bodied that social media doesn't influence me. But believe me when I tell you, Wuti, I realized that it actually does. Like, your environments, the people around you, the contents that you consume, the things that you listen to, even if you admit it or not, influence you. And if you are not at a place of content, things can go very bad. I realized, Yazi, so many people get into debt, so many people do things that they don't want to do just because they saw it on social media. Like, this may be a cliche topic, but for me, I got to an actual realization. Yazi, definition of self is so important in life. Definition of you and what things mean to you is so important in life, because you end up doing things that you don't really want to do. You end up doing things that you can't afford because you're envying, you're being envious, like, of what's happening on social media. And when you look at what's happening, everyone is doing the same thing. Like, everyone, like, recently, all my girls are in Cape Town. And obviously I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this, and I'm not saying this is happening because somebody looked at somebody going and then they wanted to go. And obviously it could be a coincidence. It could be that there's something happening in Cape Town right now that I just don't know about. It could be that Cape Town is really working as a tourist attraction right now. Anything could be the reason. But if you're sitting at home and you're not in Cape Town, and you keep looking at these people, all they're tagging is Cape Town, Western Cape, Cape Town, Western Cape, flourishing, doing the best, doing the most. If you don't have a strong sense of character, you may even take the last money to book that vacation just because you also want to post the witty you are there. So it is so important to have a strong definition of self, especially if you've exposed yourself to social media. Like, hey, guys, there's so many things happening. My girls we almost have adapted one way of celebrating, which is photo shoots. I could be wrong. It could be that the people that I'm following obviously are people of the same nature. They kind of produce the same content, so the niche is almost looking the same. It could be that even I'm doing the same thing, but I'm just venting and talking my mind, okay? Hey, but we're all celebrating the same way. Like, I'll celebrate it if you're not doing a photo shoot. You haven't celebrated if you're not popping champagne. You haven't celebrated if you're not beat it up. Like, if you don't have a face beat on beat, you have not celebrated. And I'm not saying that these are bad things, but I'm just saying, if that's not what you want to do, it'd be a thing of, no, I'm just doing it because I'm seeing what's the I think it's very important to have a strong definition of self so that you don't find yourself envious. And being envious is not completely a bad thing, but when you are envious to the point where you go the extra mile just to fit in, then obviously it becomes bad. But if you're being envious, you see something nice from someone and you also adapt it and you do it into your own life, I think that is good influence, because we're all trying to get better, we're all trying to do better. So being envious can be good, but also it can be bad. I think too much of it is also bad, but also if you are being influenced in a positive way, for example, working out. Omunye umuntu can start working out because, like, a lot of people are doing it right now, and you feel like, hey bo, nakungisala, what is going on? And then you start gym. That benefits you because of health. That benefits you because you're keeping fit. So being envious ngezinto ezirayithi is obviously good because it comes with good influence. But when you're being envious to a point where you're breaking your back and your bones just to fit in, just to fit into the aesthetic that nobody really cares about, because one thing about social media, everybody cares about you when you are still posting. The minute you don't post, we don't care. Like, we don't even realize that you haven't posted in a week. Like, now when you have posted, it's a minute where you're like, oh, double tap, and life goes on. So really, it becomes a thing of, you know what, it's not worth it. Stay in your lane, do you, and be content. God rewards a grateful heart. When you are grateful where you are, when you are doing the best where you are, when you are maximizing what God has given you, God will trust you with more things. But you can't be asking more when even where you are and what you are given, but you're demanding big things. It doesn't happen. Of course, I'm not saying don't want more for yourself. I'm not saying don't want good things for yourself. Definitely dream big, dream as big as you can. There's nothing unreachable, believe me, there's nothing unreachable. But also, where you are, excel. Don't be too focused on there that you're neglecting what is happening here and what is happening now, because everything that happens in your life is part of the process. It's one of those things you have to go through. I no longer believe in mistakes. I've never believed in mistakes. I've ever. There's very few things that I consume as, oh no, it was a mistake, because I just think we're just an educated generation. There's just too many answers. There's just too much information out there that as easy, when you get into them, I'm like, nah, but you could have done better, Even for me, there's so many things that I've done and I'm like, no, babes, you could have done better. You could have, and it wasn't even a mistake. It was just you who decided not to do better for yourself. But obviously, we live and we learn. So yeah, I really hope it's going to be a good 2022 for everyone. I'll probably be posting this in the second month of the year, which is Feb. And I really, really think we had good energy to kick off for January. I really think January came in with a lot of good positivity. People are pushing, people are opening businesses. It is amazing to see. Haibo, ontanga yethu. People are really pushing. Another thing, haibo, own lane, own pace. People are having babies. People are starting their families. People are getting married. I was looking at myself and I'm like, I'm at that age where people are buying property. Like, people, when I say people, I'm talking about, I'm 24. I turned 24 on the 10th of Jan. So when I talk about people, I talk about people that I went to high school with. The other day I was actually washing in the sink and I'm like, how many years has it been since I've been out of high school? And I had just seen a friend, an old friend of mine, he had bought a car. And obviously after congratulating him, I'm like, hey man, people are already buying car. And it's not even his first car, it's his second car. And I'm like, they're getting married because people are pregnant. Like, life is really, really shaping up. Like, I was like, am I that old? Am I that old? But obviously it's really, really amazing to see. But then again, don't let it make you envious. Be grateful for your own life and your own journey. Just because people are buying their own property now, it doesn't necessarily mean the same thing should be happening for you. Yes, you might want, you might wish, and definitely that's exactly what you need to be working towards. But it's not disappointing that it's not happening for you now. It's not, you're not failing just because it's not happening for you now. Same thing that goes with people are getting married, and remember, when you're not even in a serious relationship, it's not a train smash. Just because it's not happening for you now, there's no manual, there's no guide. It should be happening for you, and there's no such thing as it will never happen for you. So don't be careful of being envious. Like, and I think I'm having this chit chat, yes, to whoever is watching, but I'm also having this chit chat with my own self. I'm literally staring at my own reflection on the screen with, you know what? I probably need to live these words and to live in this conversation as much as I would tell another person to live in this conversation. Yo, I feel like I have so much to talk about, but honestly, I don't want to make this video too long. So I'll just end it here for now. This was a very unplanned boss babe talk. Like, I was just speaking my mind, but do drop it down below and let me know if you do enjoy these type of videos where I literally just come here unprepared and I just talk and talk and talk. Because if you do enjoy these type of videos, I absolutely enjoy creating them. I will be doing this every weekend. I feel like during the weekend I'm really in my fields and I reflect a lot during the weekend, because I really try and make that the least busy time. Weekends for me are personally just for self. So if you do enjoy these kind of videos, I will be making time to create them, but obviously I need you guys to let me know if you guys enjoy these type of videos. And another thing, don't forget, I now operate as an acting coach, and if you would love those services, they are available. All you have to do is reach out to me and then we can set up your session, and then yeah, I will definitely make you the star that you think you are, that you believe you are. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. I love you. Bye.